Hello and welcome as we are getting ready to close out week 3 with our final game of the night. We have game 3 of the 29th Troll Kings versus the 867th Hawks. I am Staff Sergeant Porter, also known as Sejuani's Flail from the 501st, and I am joined here with...
I'm downtown, Staff Sergeant Brown from the Free Agents.
And I'm Tiger Son Odell, Eternal Cries.
And who do we have playing for us tonight?
So on the blue side for the 29th IS, for the top laner, you have number 1 Creed fan, Senior Airman Cornmuller. For the jungle, you have Sketch, Staff Sergeant Anastasia. For mid, you have Braxy, Staff Sergeant Walton. ADC, you got Kermit with Senior Airman Davis. And as for support, you have DZDO, Senior Airman Zabal.
And on the red side for the 867th Hawks, we have top, City and Black, A1C Billingsley, and jungle, we have Logan Silvers, Staff Sergeant Washington.
Oh, let's take a little pause real quick. We have a bit of a fight going down for number 1 Creep Fan, going to get extremely low, getting stunned up by Sejuani, but not able to do much more. Sketch going to have to flash out of there as well, while the entire team of the Hawks is going to get low and retreat under their turret. 0 for 0 exchange in that level 1. Pretty exciting though. Jumping back into the red team, we have Archangel.
Yeah, for mid, we have Archangel, Captain Hadley. ADC, we have Manava, Staff Sergeant Barrow, and support, we have Pullian, Master Sergeant Gregory.
Cool.
You love to see those early game level 1 fights. You know, the enemy team has Blitzcrank. You got to look out. It's coming.
Yeah, definitely very smart from the Hawks to stack for that invade right there. I'm not sure if they were all immediately ready to be focusing the same targets. They did get a stun onto number 1 Creed fan, but he was able to flash out before really doing much more there. So overall, like, just a chaotic fight. I'm glad that there weren't any heavy casualties from either side.
No, but I guess the big point of potentially has to be the mid lane though, because Archangel burned both Flash and Ignite, so he has nothing to escape, whereas Diana the Braxy is going to capitalize on that and just punish him early, especially after using the pot as well. So we'll have to kind of see how the mid lane plays out. But as far as the laning goes, I mean, most of it's just going to be kind of, you know, static, nothing too crazy, unless no one Creed fan decides to go on. Aatrox will bully the Malphite early, but again, has the Comet, has the Q slow, so going to be kind of safeguarded on that. But he is up 10-0 CS on the top side.
We do take a look at the
Up.
Oh, really aggressive play from Braxton
no.
right there. Does try to flash to get the killing auto, but it was not a killing auto. Hate
That's
to see
one of
it.
the plays where if you're Diana, you're like, minions, please. He was
Yeah.
so close. But if you're the 867 Hawks, you know, you kind of look at the team comp. I mean, kind of what I was talking about.
Oh, DZZO's flashing in, getting the knock-up right there, and Sketch falling in with the gank, trying to stick on to Kulin. Not able to do much more. He does flash away, but doesn't flash over the wall. Does get the shield to get a little bit of safety out of here. Going to get extremely low. Kermit with the flash goes, going to get that kill, and that will be first blood. Troll Kings.
And there you're seeing Milio doing everything that Milio could possibly do to survive that situation, but unfortunately just not enough.
I also want to give
over to Jinx.
I also want to be a smart play by Kermit as well. I mean, obviously we kind of saw, you know, Milio was kind of going into the tri-bush on the bot side, but still throwing the chompers on the right side of the wall just in case you want to double back, he'd be locked up. So first blood is going to the side for the 20th IS Trolls, and getting an early first blood on the Jinx is also something you definitely don't want if you're bot side.
Yeah, a bit of a summoner spell expenditure there to secure that kill, but overall, getting those early kills, as you said, still really good for a hyper carry. So we'll just have to make sure that they play safe for the next few minutes.
And that's one thing, you know, kind of talking about the meta. At least in solo queue, you don't see a lot of Jinx nowadays. She's not considered like a quote-unquote meta ADC. So, you know, people kind of forget that she is a hyper carry, and if she gets those early kills, she can completely 1v9 the game. Especially with the resets on her passive. Kermit is setting up to have a good game here.
Yeah, a lot more aggression showing off in the mid lane, but we have DZDOs doing a big roam all the way up to the top lane, trying to go on City and Black over here. He's only level 5, not able to do much here. He does get Creed Fan low, but the Ignite comes down, and that will be a kill handed over to Creed Fan. Huge roam from the support.
Yeah, exactly. Great roam by DZ Dios. That's the kind of stuff you love to see as a top laner. Is your support completely abandoning your ADC, roaming top and helping you steamroll the game early. So good stuff by DZ Dios.
Oh, Brax gonna be a little in trouble going in. Yeah, he's gonna kill him.
Nice. You know, honestly, for how aggressive Braxy was playing this mid lane, I was really just looking for the advantage to come out from the side of the Troll Kings in the mid lane first. But for Archangel to get that first kill in the lane as a solo kill, huge play, honestly, just to know your damage and be able to stick in that fight.
And then it completely sets up the 867 Hawks for Dragon here. This is a good early Dragon.
Yeah, it'll be a nice early dragon from the side. And also, I mean, you look where Wukong is, he's recalling mid lane, so Sketch wasn't able to do the Voids grub early on, so I mean, they basically essentially got a free dragon on that exchange.
We do have Archangel is just right now coming back up with Flash that he burned level 1, and he just now hit 6, so there is a potential timing to kind of, you know, especially if Logan Silvers can come in gank mid on that Sejuani. On a flashless Diana, there is an angle, and as I say that, down comes the Moonfall. Nothing happening with that.
But now they are going to start the Voids. You do see Diana there. The mid lane got shoved out, so he shouldn't be able to contest this. Archangel is recalling in the mid lane, so they won't be able to do anything else. Those just essentially be a free Void scrubs. Or for the start of the 29th IS. And as far as the early game goes, I mean, it's only a 1k goalie, 6 minutes in, but we haven't seen as much action early on as we've seen in previous games. And yeah, as we see kind of the gold between the laners, the only really big lead right now is just the top lane. That's all because of their solo kill as well as some CS differential.
We just saw in that Grubs, something that's not talked about a lot when Diana's picked is she's really good at taking objectives. She's really quick with her auto attack speed. Just completely annihilating the Grubs here.
Ooh, Logan Silver's looking top with the Arctic Assault and the Unstoppable Force, going to CC him and not even give him a chance to ult right there. Huge gank from the Hawks right there. Really great setup.
Yeah, and if you're picking Malphite, that's exactly what you pick Malphite for right there. So great gank by Logan Silvers on Sejuani and City and Black on the Malphite. Perfectly set up. I mean, #1 creep fan on Aatrox didn't really have anything he could possibly do there.
Oh, DZ Diaz waiting off onto the side, looking for an opportunity here. I really hope he's not peeking around that corner on the minion vision, but this is going to be really great if Archangel looks for an opportunity to go in here. Oh, he's getting ready. Oh, he wants Archangel to go in so bad right here. Logan Silvers looking for the gank, but DZ Diaz is already here. He's been masterminding this. He does have the rocket grab available. He's going to push Sejuani over the wall, and that will be the fate seal going down on the Braxy. Braxy going to flash on the Sejuani. Logan Silver's going to go down, but that's not going to be all. That's the parlay now following up from the Hawks. Coming here for the support. Going to take down DZ Diaz, and now switching on to Braxy. Going to get him extremely low. Get him one more hit, and that will be the kill on a Smolder. Now that's just Sketched and Kermit defending the wave. Huge play from both teams. 2 for 1 Hawks.
Wow, great play by both teams, honestly. You love to see that roam from the Blitzcrank, you know, giving up an XP in the bot lane, just waiting, because he knows a gank's coming. And perfect time on that Blitzcrank hook to hit that. But then the follow-up from the bot lane of the 867 Hawks to roam up, and then the Mom coming in for Manava. Just a great play all around.
Now, come on, Brown. You got to say with a little bit more excitement. Mom!
Oh, my mom's calling. I'm kidding.
What do you want?
I mean, despite them being down early, they could definitely bounce back so far. We talked about a 1k goalie at 6:30 a.m. We're looking at 9 minutes. They've already accomplished that, kind of bridged that gap a little bit. Next dragon is coming up in about 1:13. So we'll see if they try and prioritize a second dragon for stack. And we do see Sejuani kind of just poking around a little bit. Not going to go to bots. They do have vision, but for Manava's doing great so far, right? Jinx got the first blood, but bouncing back in that lane 2-0 on the Smolder with the shutdown. So Archangel's changing some auto attacks and abilities back with Braxy. Not a huge deal, but I will say the unsung hero, I feel like the City in Black just kind of maintaining #1 Creed fan from just, completely dominating that lane early.
Yeah, for sure. I think Malphite was a good pick and a #1 Creed fan, especially into that Aatrox. Just going a big beefy tank that you can kind of just survive, play for R's, the unstoppable force later in team fights. Great draft pick by the 867.
That rocket grab was so close to Smolder's face, and I am so glad it didn't hit him because that flat is not going to save your back.
You know he's getting frustrated. He was missing these hooks. I know him.
Yeah, speaking of, a bit of an at-shoe right there to keep DZ Dios away, saying, hey, I just want to get my stacks. I just want to scale into the late game safely. I'm 2-0. I am happy. Leave me alone, and I will win the game.
867, they're going to go for the grubs here. They do have vision set up in that top side river.
Yeah, and Kulin walking up from the bot lane to make sure this is extra secured for the Hawks right there. If we take a quick look at the gold graph, we actually can see how the game is tying up now. It's only a 500, 400 gold lead. Really, the only significant leads I'm seeing is in the bot lane on Manava right now, a few hundred gold right there, so we can see people start inching away, but we do need to be careful of the token top lane carry of the Troll Kings, always doing his job, sitting on a solo lane 600 gold lead, and yeah, that's going to start scaling, especially now that he's level 9 on this Aatrox.
And we do have the second dragon already on the map. It's the Infernal Drag. I feel like both teams kind of have like a really good team fighting competition. Diana is moving up there. Here comes Frank.
Yeah, Archangel there using the Soul Unbound, having to snap back and using the Fate Seal to get away from DZ Dios right there. Very smart play to just run away, run towards the side of the map that your Sejuani's on. Thankfully, no one was waiting on the other side. And overall, pretty good. We did see a quick glimpse of the Smolder stacks. So it looks like we're about 60 stacks, just under right now. So scaling into the game a bit, double that, and we'll start getting a little bit more damage, and then double, and we'll be at the late game terrifying part.
Oh, and here comes, looks like there'll be an early fight here.
Oh, that will be the Glacial Prison going down onto Kermit. Kermit going to get excited from the Dragon takedown, and meanwhile the Cyclone coming out from Sketch, trying to just CC the enemy team. Kulin going down to the rest of the team. A big World Ender coming to chase down the entire team of the Hawks. The Troll King's coming out, and now that 600 gold lead is turning into a 3-kill lead in the top lane. That is a huge teleport play from #1 Creed fan.
And that's what I was going to talk about, talking about the team comps, is they both have a really good wombo combo team. Whatever team can get the objective first, get set up, and in this case it was the 29th Troll Kings that were there on the Dragon first. They got the Dragon, the 867 Hawks said, hey, they're getting Dragon, we need to fight this, and then #1 Creed fan comes in the perfectly timed TP, and then just kind of, runs him over as Aatrox. So well played by the 29.
On top of that, I want to shout out to, comes up with the, never mind. I'm going to comment on it, but basically, I was trying back to the replay, was on the TP that came down, City in Black was just slightly behind, and unfortunately for them, City in Black was not able to get Unstoppable Force off, so he was not able to find that angle. On top of that, Kermit was able to stall out just barely and flash over, let their front line just come, basically clash against clash. #1 Creed fan pops the World Ender, starts beating face, and at that time frame, Logan Silvers has to flash over just to even get a kill out of the exchange. So while we do see the TP coming down, the fact that Kermit was able to prolong that entire fight to allow the rest of the team to clean up has to be spoken for.
Yeah, the scoreboard only says 7-6, but the 29th Troll Kings are up about 3k gold. Has an Infernal Dragon. We'll see what they do, how they want to set up for this Herald. Looks like the 867 Hawks are trying to get some vision to the topside river to defend this Herald.
It looks like we're just going to set up for this Rift Herald, try to get a little bit of vision control down. We have a lot of wards placed down from the Hawks, but number one Creed fan looking for an opportunity to get some aggressive trades on the City in Black right here. Meanwhile, Arctic Assault coming in, Glacial Prison going to go down, but this is a 2v1, and you have no anti-heal on this champion. You need more of your carries here. You're just two tanks trying to fight an Aatrox, not able to do much more. That will be Flash coming out from number one Creed fan, and City in Black going to flash away from the rocket grab. Meanwhile, DZ Dio is just trying to do something for his team. Sketch coming in and finish off City in Black right there, and that will be the Soul Unbound going back into the middle of 3 people. Archangel's going to go down to the Cyclone, and Logan Silver's getting chased down by Creed fan. Going to get the knock up, and I think that spells the doom for this poor little whore on a boar.
And you saw the angle that Logan Silvers and City in Black were looking for there. They caught the number one Creed fan on his Aatrox out in the top river, but it's just 2 tanks going against an Aatrox, and he was just able to get so many hits of damage off against the tanks that they just weren't able to kill him. And then the rest of the Troll Kings were able to follow up on that and just turn the fight.
Yeah, I mean, if we take a look at the gold leads now, after these last 2 fights, we have about a 4K gold lead on the side of the Troll Kings. A lot of that gold stacked onto this, onto Creed fan, on this Aatrox character. But we do have a bit of a lead coming out into the jungle role as well, with a 4-0-4 on the Wukong. Slowly just getting further and further ahead of the Sejuani, who clears much slower and not able to provide the big AoE presence in these bigger team fights. More wants to stick to these smaller skirmishes, and now it's starting to show as we get into these bigger team fights in the mid game. Braxy looking for an opportunity here. Archangel going to have to flash away from the rocket grab.
Yeah, and these DCDO's rocket grabs, you know, he's missed a couple of these past hooks, but every single time they've gotten a flash from the 867. So yeah, he missed the hook, but he's getting a 5-minute cooldown. So really well played by the Blitzcrank so far.
Yeah, I'll happily use a 15-second ability for a 5-minute cooldown. Braxy coming in with a huge QE into the Moonfall, big damage. Soul Unbound not able to save you there, not able to get you out. And Sketch coming in, the Ultra Mega Fire Kick pushing him away, but the Cyclone is coming out, and Sejuani just trying to peel for his team. Logan Silver's doing the most, but the Rocket Grab going to pull him back in. Has a bit of a slow field going on now, but that passive is going to help you out. Kulin going at the flash away. Exhaust coming out too late onto Braxy. Going to finish him off, get the shutdown onto Logan Silvers. Meanwhile, Kermit coming in from the jungle and going to get the kill onto Logan Silvers. Now they have to get excited to take down this turret. Manava over off into the jungle, but not able to do much here. Going to just try to defend this wave.
Really well played by the Troll Kings. I think they're utilizing this Blitzcrank really well. You know, they have a lead. He's going into the enemy jungle. He's finding these, not even just the Qs, but he's just applying so much pressure to the enemy jungle. The team is able to follow up so well.
Yeah, and essentially it spells a free dragon for them too. You get tier 2, you get a couple kills, and then you're in your pocket. You come back, you get a free objective, you get to reset. And it's just unfortunate because, I mean, 87 COG isn't just standing by letting this happen. They are trying to make plays, but at the same time, Sketch is there for the counter engage. So, unfortunately, they go down. But also, is that what the Milio E is called?
Yeah. Ultra Mega Fire Kick. We have Super Mega Death Rocket and Ultra Mega Fire Kick in this game.
Why is a Q called that? What, like...
Because it's the coolest ability in the world!
No, it's not. It feels like it's that Rumble skin, right? With the Taking Top and Gurren Lagann, he's in the giant mech suit. That, I understand. That has a motif. That's just like... Oh, wow, that's good info.
Oh yeah, huge flash onto Manava right there, pulling him in with the Moonfall, not able to do much more, but the Rocket Grab will come out onto Logan Silver, is going to get a lot more damage as the Zap keeps him slowed down, but you are a tank, you should be able to get out of here, especially with the shields from Milio. But yeah, I agree, some weird ability names coming out now. We have Mom and, you know, Ultra Mega Fire Kick. I would just call it Soccer Ball. Yeah, flap, flap, flap.
Okay, so in this situation, right, like obviously you're their best champion, Sejuani. You're in this situation, which lane would you prioritize and why?
I mean, honestly, I already have a lead on my bot lane, and the Jinx is not like the big problem. I would want to be getting my... Oh, that is a good hook. Oh, the Artificial does get him across the wall right before the knockup happens, so very good play from Logan Silvers right there. But yeah, like, I would want to stay the heck away from this Aatrox. Like, if he's in the fight, you're gonna have to do your best with your team to just peel him off of your team. But just like support Manava, keep him alive, let him scale into the late game, stall this game out as long as possible, slow these fights down. You don't have to force fights. Honestly, you do scale harder than the Jinx, so just keep this game going. Plus a hyper carry with Emilio, like this is the dream scenario for the Hawks. You're a bit behind right now, but you can slow this game down for sure and just get into the late game and start doing a lot better. Oh, they're looking to collapse onto number one Creed fan right here. Soul and Bound coming out with the Arctic Assault. The Fate Seal going to go and get him extremely low. Ignite will take him down, and Manava having to flash away from the rocket grab. Huge Mom coming out from the side during that whole fight. Very good pick onto Creed fan right there, who didn't realize he was standing on a ward.
And on top of that, he had a huge. Oh, sorry.
Ooh, rocket grab pulling him into the turret, going to get him really low. Cyclone coming out, going to take down Logan Silvers. That's a flash coming out from Kermit, getting excited now, switching on to City in Black. Not able to do much more, but still going to keep focusing the front line. Kulin just trying to keep him alive. Manava over into the blue jungle, not able to do much into this fight. Going to have to ghost away, and this now will be Braxy dashing in. Does have the Moonfall available, but doesn't have a dash. Oh, we have another instance of DRZ Dios coming out. Does get the flap. No summoners available on Manava. Huge dodge coming out from him right there.
And if you're the 867th Hawks, you know, you pick Smolder, you want to get stacks, you want to scale, but it's just really hard to do that and just, you know, play passively. You have Blitzcrank hiding in every bush in the game, it seems, with the Q. You know, there's so much pressure.
I think a little bit is just Hawks not respecting the Blitzcrank. I've seen him multiple times of Logan Silvers just walking up and getting hooked when he just shouldn't even be in range. Manava coming over here trying to finish off this kill on a number one Creed fan, going to get him extremely low, but getting taken down low himself. Does not give out the shutdown.
Wow, I saw
very
the angle
close. But yeah, it's been a lot of Logan Silvers getting caught out, and that's where the fights really start, because you're starting with your main tank, your engaged tank, coming out into these fights with like half HP or even less at times. So really you just need to play back, just like defend your carries, but you don't have to stand in front of minion waves and stuff.
I am curious where the Smolder stacks are at this moment, because about 22, 23 minutes is considered a good time to get max 225 stacks. It looks like we're currently sitting at 197, so he's not too far behind the curve. So that is an angle. I mean, Smolder is an angle, you know, to come back in this game with that execute. But just can he get there? Can the 867th Hawks get a good engage on the right people, get the wombo going, get the executes on Smolder? Like, the game is still possible at this point. But you just have to get the vision out. You have to be wary of Blitzcrank. You gotta choose your engages.
Cool. DZ Dios landing another hook onto the tank again. Mom coming out, but the Unstoppable Force is not getting dropped. City in Black, half HP, going down to a third, going down to 25%. Logan Silver's also off to the side with no HP. Manava in the middle of the fight, getting knocked out by the Cyclone, going to go extremely low. Actually, that was Logan Silver's, or sorry, City in Black right there. Fate sealed, going on to the Sketch, not able to finish him, going to have to go back to the Soul Unbound. And that's the Troll Kings getting one kill, but escaping with very low health bars. We have to be scared of Braxy right here. He does have Moonfall no longer available, but now we're switching on to DZ Diaz. Manava getting caught out by Creed Fan, going to get Manava extremely low. Now has the true damage going down, going to switch on to Sketch, getting him low, takes down him with the execute. Braxy going to finish him off. Now switching on to Kulin. No Moonfall available, but going to chase down Kulin regardless. Is he going to do anything? The exhaust does come out. Fate, Soul Unbound chasing him down, and that will be the trade kill. Overall, 3-4-3, both teams.
Wow, what a scrappy fight. You know, Manava doing Smolder things right there. That's exactly the situation you want. The 867th had a good response to that engage on that Blitzcrank hook. They got the Troll Kings low enough that Smolder was able to start executing some of the Troll Kings members. So not bad.
Yeah, and now we're seeing the Hawks get ready to try to take the second dragon for themselves. Fourth dragon in the game. They do have 3 melees hitting this dragon with the Sejuani E, so able to do it quite quickly, but DZ Dios off to the side, trying to look for some opportunity to interrupt. That will be objective bounty going to the Hawks, getting some gold in their pocket for their team. Only 5k gold behind now. Manava has scaled into the late game, does have the true damage, the burn, the execute available for that Q. You know, one thing I didn't know about this champion is that Q is actually targeted. I thought it was a skill shot.
I mean, it certainly looked like it was.
That's
Yeah,
news to me. I haven't played that champion before, but that's very interesting.
Oh, Manava needing to be careful. Did use the flap to get away, but DZ Dios does have the rocket grab available. He may be a mid lane main, but he is a kill magnet when it comes to that arm.
Live by the Q, die by the Q. Love to see it on this Blitzcrank. Played a really good game thus far. Again, for the
Also, I feel like one laner we haven't really talked too much about because there's so much action has to be Braxy on the Diana. I mean, slowly built up a lead by themselves. Rotate when need to be rotated. Even has a shutdown of 5-0, 5-5 and 5.
Oh,
Not
no.
like, oh man, barely missed the glacial prison. But oh, that's another good rocket grab out of DZ Dios.
Rocket grab onto Manava. Super Mega Death Rocket will miss. Mom coming out for a little bit of healing and some damage on DZ Dios to punish him. But yeah, huge Moonfall in the top lane. So much damage on this Diana now. The Lichbane, one of the strongest AP items in the game right now, along with that Shadow Flame magic pen. And Archangel just wasn't able to do anything. He doesn't have a wit's end yet. He's not really able to survive in these fights. Oh, Braxy coming in, going to have to get onto Manava. Manava trying to flash away, but walked back in mistakenly, used both of his summoners and died anyway. That's going to be really big. Now #1 Creed fan teleporting into here, just trying to zone the Hawks away from this Baron and give the Baron away, or give this Baron for free to his team.
Yeah, great grab by DZ Dios onto that Smolder to get that fight started up top lane. He's just everywhere. And that is going to be Baron going over to the Troll Kings. 20 to 12 now on the scoreboard. Looks like the Troll Kings has about a 8k gold lead. Still tied at 2 dragons each. I'd like to see the Troll Kings kind of utilize this Baron, continue to push, apply pressure to the 87th base, get some towers, maybe a Blitzcrank Q. You know, honestly, if Blitzcrank hits a Q on the right person, this could be GG with the Baron buff.
But yeah, you look 27 minutes in, they're almost there at 8k gold lead right now, slowly bringing their advantage. At least, at the very least, right? The COG does have 2 dragons, so they're not going to be able to get Infernal Soul on, or not Infernal Soul, but yeah, basically Dragon Soul, excuse me, on this next one. 2 minutes before that objective even pops up, so they have a little time. Until then, at this point, you just have to get vision in your jungle, right? You know Crew Fan is going to be by himself. They might do a 4-1 split. Diana's been able to just solo kill by himself, so they might also just do a 1-3-1. But at the same time, if you know they're doing a 1-3-1, you know that #1 Creep Fan just burned the teleport. So if you can commit your entire team and just kind of see what sticks at a lane, you can maybe get some type of income back in your pocket to get yourself back in this game.
Oh my god.
Oh, geez.
And that's a perfect example of what I was about to go into, was look at the itemization in this game. We have Malphite with barely any magic resist, and he goes down like he's not even a tank. Kulin also going down, not able to do anything, did not drop the exhaust, and honestly, I wouldn't have even expected to die right there to Braxy. Now we're going 3v4 into the Troll Kings pushing into the base, and that now they're going to have a 5-man push into the mid lane. Going to be another tower. This Baron buff is being really huge. These front lines fate. Oh no. And just people getting pulled in. The rocket grab onto Archangel, going to take him down. Manava just trying to do any damage, but getting caught out by the Cyclone and going to get chased down. That will be the ace overall for the Troll Kings. Now it's just City and Black to defend the base and Kulin, and I don't know if they're going to be able to.
I mean, they also have 2 giant caddies that are sitting there with Baron buff, and he gets under. Oh yeah, no. It's...
The Braxy damage is huge.
The Braxy does have TP, so he should immediately be teleporting back in this wave to try and end the game. There it is.
And here it comes.
Another
grab going on a City in Black. That's going to immediately take him down. He didn't build any magic resist this entire game and only 1 health item. Honestly, I think the Hawks lost to mispositioning and itemization. their tanks just did not play for their team. They had really strong carries, and they let their carries down by not being reliable front lines.
That's
This
just the
game
most.
ended way faster than I expected it to, just off of the back of that Baron.
That's the most damage I've ever seen a Diana do in my entire life. That was insane. Great hooks by DZDOs the whole time, constantly in their jungle, constantly applying pressure, constantly grabbing hooks on the right people. Getting Baron buff there at the end, and then pushing towards bot. Braxy all F4ing 2 people off the map. Just well played.
Yeah. I
I'm
there's
trying to contact some.
there's only one person in the comms of the 29th, and guess who it is? I feel like they want an interview, but I feel like we
I
gotta
don't.
pull someone else, surely. Braxy, Kermit,
Braxy's not an
TZTOs, anyone! Don't make
SPC.
us. Here we go. Post game interview. Welcome, Mr. Corn. Oh god damn it.
I like how our only choice was corn or end the night, so we're kind of forced to now. It's like a pistol at the back of our head. It's corn time.
It's corn time.
Honestly, shout out to Walton for stayed cool. Honestly, I was not expecting that at the end game, and I didn't even see it because I played on lock screen. But that damage is disgusting.
Any direct comments to compare Walton's play from last night compared to today? Because despite y'all's win last night, he was probably objectively the weakest player on your team overall. Just not really getting rather behind early on the Talia and not really transitioning it very well. Maybe a little rage splitting in the bot lane, but then turning it back to today and just absolutely carrying this game, even with the getting behind early from the solo kill in the mid lane. What was going on in the comms?
Usually he's pretty quiet the entire game for every game, so it was basically the same. There's really no difference. But what I enjoy about it is that even though he was really not too far behind in the Talia game, he still kept it together, and like he pulled his weight, I'd say, in that game, because the splits were valuable and it allowed me to group in that game. But here it was just like there was no different. There's not a lot of there's no different.
Okay.
Also shout out to our support, Zabal, the Dios. Honestly, his shot calling kind of changed that game. Like, our goal was to really just keep him roaming and make sure all the lanes were good, and it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, definitely playing really well, switching from the the 80 carry role early in the season, and now landing on support. And overall, your current team lineup is looking rather clean, if I do say so myself. Kermit has been showing off these last 2 games, getting very far ahead and staying very safe despite the aggressive summoner usage sometimes. And you guys just have what I've heard is the main shot caller just being the support, setting up the plays, and leading the team with his voice.
I just want it noted that Zabal has never played an actual ADC in this game. I was the one who played the ADC, Kaisa top. he played
But Irelia bot.
Yeah, Irelia. But also, yeah, honestly, I think our team's really good. Kermit is amazing. Like I said before, his consistency is like beyond level. Like even me, like that game, if you saw me die 2 times in a row, that was a little rough. But he stayed good the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, we're used to watching you die a few times in a row. Odell, got anything? Downtown?
No, just
Okay.
no. I'll say no. Just the the streak for the 29th stays alive. I think we're 8-0 now, I believe, or 7-0,
7-0.
7-0.
First half of the
Um,
season,
undefeated.
undefeated.
Like that's a big accomplishment. I think the last time we had a team go undefeated was the 41st, I believe, was last season or last split. And I mean, they
All
went.
except right until the very end of the season, yeah.
I don't count that game. So they were undefeated. And I mean, they won everything. So this could be, another sign of how the team looks. But in your opinion, who would you say are the two biggest opponents in the league?
Well, but my opinion changed. My opinion changed after last night's game. So
What?
so honestly, I think our two biggest threats are number one is definitely the 32 IS team. That top is the only top to have beaten me in lane so far, and dude, honestly, probably the team we just faced, which is the COG. Those are the two
Braxy, so
I'm most worried.
okay, Braxy, you're finally back. So I'll ask you two biggest teams that
Two
you feel.
biggest teams.
501st.
The 501st was a pretty tough game. I'm not gonna lie.
Woo! Someone was honest for once. Thank God.
501st was a tough game. Porter was making my lane very difficult against a Karma mid,
Wait, I
which
thought
was
I
very
made your
annoying.
lane
But...
easy. Oh.
Shut
What
your
was
mouth.
what was his KD at the end?
Oh no, let's not look. Let's not look.
Well, I think. Hold on. Actually, off the top of my head, I think it was 3 and 14. But I mean, like even just full transparency, like the 867th, like they give us a good run for our money. I mean, I started off that game 1 and 3, so I mean, I think we were consistent and just were able to pull through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, like I will say, in all honesty, like jokes aside, I think really like every team in this league is strong. Like even our bottom two teams, like I don't think the standings are really fair for them. I think the 41st has really like stepped it up their last 4 games. I think the Ducks have have had very close games for 5 of their 7. So it would even be hard for me to answer that question, honestly. I was talking to some of your other teammates today and saying how I'm starting to see the chinks in y'all's team's armor. I hope some of the other teams are starting to see it too. I won't point it out blatantly, but you know there are some weaknesses that every team has, and there are a lot of strengths that every team has. So I am going to congratulate y'all on the undefeated first half of the season. But if I really had to pick 2 teams to be in the top, I think right now my top 2 contenders would be the 29th and the Free Agents.
Yeah, Free Agents are a good team.
They're scary.
I was gonna say Free Agents are definitely a good team, and then I'll kind of echo what you said too. Despite their record, I do think that 34th is a good team overall. They just had so many close games. They were coin flip one way or the other, and unfortunately, you know, kind of how luck has it, just hasn't gone their way. But I mean, other than that, I still think for as much as the season has gone, I'm very appreciative of all the teams. The fact that we have 8 full teams and continuing. But with that, I have nothing else. So I'll leave it to my last 2 casters. Also, I want to give a big shout out to IS Tallow on the production side, just to getting the replays up, making things go smoothly for us. Just making it this giant workaround because, you know, Riot is a small indie company and can't fix their replays. So.
Yeah, the only thing I gotta say is as soon as we end this, I'm gonna hop on Twitter and message Riot Freak and let them know that apparently Diana is overpowered.
Hey man, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
That name was just crazy.
That was ridiculous.
It's a good game, man.
Yeah, just
nerf Diana, please.
Great game again. I'm glad you bounced back after yesterday's performance, Braxy. But
Hey,
you did
shut
really,
your mouth, Porter.
You did really
3 and
great.
14, dude.
Hey,
Why are you
we
chirping
both-
me?
We both bounced back today. Let's be honest.
You're the reason
Come on.
you're the reason I was behind in the first place.
Let's talk about that grave stash though.
Oh man, let's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall great games. Thanks again for joining us in the booth tonight. That will conclude our games for tonight, and we're gonna go into week 4, the second half of the season next week. So join us again on Tuesday at 1800 as we tune in for the Free Agents against the 501st and the 41st against the Hawks. And we will see you guys then. Have a great weekend, everyone.
GG's.
GG.